Hey guys, so this is Harshita, your host for the day. And before I begin, I just want to know, am I audible clearly? So do let me know in the chat section and then we can proceed. Great, great. So we are getting yes. So hey guys, this is Harshita, your host for the day, and I hope you are doing great and staying safe. Welcome to this amazing webinar with workshop with Diana, where she is going to demonstrate how to add shadows and establishments to your hand letterings. So today's event is brought to you by Print Shop by Designhill, which is a creative print-on-demand marketplace where you can discover 50 plus unique products and buy them too, and you can give them and create the artwork by artists all around the world. So moving ahead, we have with us Dinah, and I would like to thank Dinah who has taken out her time from a busy schedule and help us here with her awesome tips and tricks. So let me introduce Dinah for you all. So Dinah is a lettering artist at Press Letters. She has started with calligraphy and hand lettering 5 years ago. This took a leap from a hobby to a freelance job after a few months. She is totally self-taught without any background in graphic designing. She has worked with several art companies such as Kassa Chalk markers, Sakura of America, Arteza, etc. And now she is working with an app called Tangi, totally dedicated to creative people. Wow. So Diana, can you say a small hi to our audience and just let us know how it all started? You are on mute, Diana. Yes.
Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much to you guys for inviting me. I love to share this with you all because when I start, nobody do this. Nobody teach like this, and no even we have that community on Instagram. So this is great. Thank you so much. So like you say, I am Diana, the artist behind Priest Letters. I started with this 5 years ago, and after a few months, this started to be my job, and now I teach workshops. And I love to share all that I know about priest leather, about calligraphy, modern calligraphy, and hand lettering.
Great,
So
great.
yeah.
That's so great. So, guys, before we start the session, here's a big announcement for you all. We are giving away the certificates to the attendees who will stick till the end of the session. And you just can't miss this chance. So, stay tuned till the end. And also, you can take the screenshot of this event, put your Instagram stories, tag Design Hill, Typography Designers Club, and Prince Letter by Dinah, and one lucky winner will have a chance to win a print shop gift card worth $50. All the links will be there in the chat section by my team member Nidhi. So, along with that, as a gesture of appreciation that you could join us for today, we have some special offers for you all. So, keep an eye on the chat section. And having said that, let's quickly look at what Print Shop by Design Hill is all about. So, guys, that was all about Print Shop, and now we are all set to start the session. So, if you have any questions to ask, then just put your questions in the questions tab, and we'll ask Dinah live. So, Dinah, let's begin the session, and all over to you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna change the camera so you can see what I'm going to write, okay? So today we are going to Okay. So today we are going to, I am going to share with you some embellishment that you can add to your hand lettering or your modern calligraphy. They are very easy, and I'm gonna give you 3 easy examples that make your composition so great, okay? So starting with the calligraphy, hand lettering, just let me remind you about the strokes, okay? When you go up, you do very light. When you go down, you make pressure, and you can find this style about the strokes, okay? So let's write something like hello. Going down, pressure. Going down, pressure, okay? Going up, very light, pressure. Going down, pressure, and going down, pressure, okay? So pressure going down and light. This is the rule about hand lettering that you guys, I think you already know, but I just want to give you a little reminder, okay? So I'm gonna show you 3, let's see. And we are going to do it, don't worry. So we have 2 embellishment. We have stars, right? And you can have any kind of a star that you like. This is not something that is like I say, it's no good. No, this is a freestyle. This is something to create new stuff. It doesn't have to be just like this, okay? And this is important. I just show you some guides, and you can take whatever you want from this, okay? I have these little stars or these stars. And you can put your star inside your letters, like in this case, or you can put outside to fill out your blank spaces, okay? Second one, lines. I love lines. Lines are great because you can have that move sensation. You can put lines inside your letters, and that gives you light effect. Or you can put outside for shadow or to have that 3D effect or movement, like this one. This is a movement. So you see, like just in the corners, you can put that and have this moving effect. Or dots. Dots are my favorite too. You can put dots inside your letters and create many effects, or put outside to fill your blank space, okay? But now, shadows. What I use for shadows? To create my shadows, I use gray marker, or just black, or just a color lighter than the one that I'm using to do my work, okay? For example, I am using a large brush pen here. This is Tombow. And let's create a shadow. Okay. Something that I like to do, and I want to explain this good, because depend on you. I have the shadows can come from your left side or from your right side, okay? If you do the light coming from your left, you are going to have a shadow going to your right. Light, okay. So I'm going to explain this. Let's see. we have this, right? If I apply a light from this side, and I'm gonna take my light like this, did you see where is the shadow here? So left light, right shadow, okay? If we do right light, we are going to have left shadow, okay? So light, right, left shadow. And this is an optional thing for you. For me, actually, doing the shadow to my right side, for me, it's easy, okay? But maybe people like more doing from this other side. And sometimes I have totally to think about that because it's hard for me. So let's try again with the other side. So if we apply light here in the right side, right light, this shadow is coming to my left side of my letter. This is always... Okay, do you see the difference? Let me just cancel this here. Okay, so left light, right shadow. Right light, left shadow. Okay, so what I am using for shadows. So for shadows, I use gray markers. Okay, you can use a very dark one or a very light one. Depends on what you want to do. So this is a small tip. Is Pentel Sign Touch. It's perfect when you want a very small shadow, like this. I have a shaky hand this morning. I'm sorry. Oh, I want to say hi to all my friends that wake up early, like at 5 in the morning in the West Coast of America and Canada. So this is a shadow with a very dark marker and small tip, okay? Pentel, this is Pentel. But I can have, let's see. Diana, you know what? I don't have a gray marker. Okay, let's take black. This is Micron 05 by Sakura. And it's the same thing, but in black. The only thing that this one is not a brush pen, okay? So you see, it's just a mono marker. So I do the same and I repeat. I do it in my right side because it's more easy for me. Depends on you. If you like the other side, do it to the other side. Okay, so I don't have a brush marker. You can do it with a micro marker, or the other part, if you have a tombow, it doesn't matter, okay? The important thing is you are conscious where is your shadow go, okay? That is the totally thing. And many people do it with the pencil too, okay? I'm sorry. So having a marker or not having a marker is not the problem, guys. Here, the creativity is the one. Okay, this and this. So here we have the shot. Now, let's do some stars.
So, Diana, before moving to stars,
Yes.
here is a question from Indonesia. Koiran is asking, sometimes I'm confused how to add lines. It must be under the word or upper. Would you mind to give me the tips for that?
So okay. Now, can you repeat the question again, please?
You can just see it on your screen. Just you can see it.
Question here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Hi there. I am. Oh my God. Koiru Nisa from Indonesia. Hi. Sometimes I am confused how to add lines. It must be under the word or you. Okay. Would you? Okay. So, okay. If you this depends where you have your shadow. Okay. If you have your shadow coming from this side, you are not going to add a shadow on the top of your word. You are going to add your shadow to the bottom side and bottom of your word. Okay, but that depends on you. If you just want the shadow coming from your left side, like, let me give you an example, because I really want you guys to see it. Okay, if you put your light, like, so here, okay, like this, right? You are going to have your shadow just here. But if I move my light from the top, I'm going to have my shadow in the bottom. Okay, I don't know if you can see the difference. This is just a shadow from my side, and this is from the left top. Okay, so you can, I apply here, I like to do from this top and left side. So if I have a top and left side, I going to have the light from here and creating this shadow from here. Let me see if I can show you this one here. And here. Okay. Did you see here, right? So I am apply. Oh my God, yes, it's too light. I'm sorry. Here, I am applying my shadow just to the left side. No, it's too much. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do it. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me see if
We
I
can
can
work with that, Diana. We can work. We are just
really.
getting the shadows. Yes.
Okay, so that is the thing. I don't know if this answered your question. If you do it from the top left, you are going to have the shadow on the bottom. Okay, but if you're doing like this, it's like you have the shadow just like this. Okay, so
Yes.
let me know if she understands or not. I'm sorry.
So I hope your question gets answered. And now moving ahead, we can start with stars.
Okay, so guys, stars. Okay, let's try start. I just have this example on black because I use a white my pen here. Okay, so stars. If I want to embellishment inside of my letters. Just try to do your downstrokes a little more bigger. Okay, so make pressure with your marker because the marker is not gonna break. Don't worry. So here I have, these are jelly pens. I have the white one. This is Uniball Signal. And this is Jelly Roll number 6 black by Sakura. But if you have another marker like a gold, silver, whatever you have, just because I have this, it doesn't have to be this exactly. Okay, stars. Little stars inside are so cute. I love them. And I like to put inside just for giving a cute, just a cute touch to my letters, okay? I don't know if you can see it, but you can do that with your white marker or with your black marker. And now you can do like a long one like this, okay? So these are two kinds of little stars that you can apply inside your letters. So for outside, for example, I have some space here. I have some space here. If you can see it, these we call blank spaces or negative spaces. So in this kind of spaces, I'm going to add some stars to fill the spaces. Okay, and you can go on like that. Well, another one we can do this kind of a star here. Here. And here, okay? What is important here is you add your stars in your thick stroke. Which one is the thick stroke? The one is going down. Why? Because you maybe can draw something here in this space, but it's no like, oh my God, so much space for that. So try to do always in your thick strokes. Remember, yes, all the ones that going down. For example, here, well, this is not going down, but it's thick. Different from this or from the, okay? So these are our thick strokes. So far, so good. And like that, go on. Another one that you can try, guys, and this is very fun to do, is this star. These fill the spaces so much. So I recommend to you, don't overgo with this because you are going to have a very, I say, saturated piece. And we want harmony when we do hand lettering, okay, or in modern calligraphy. So this is one thing. Put inside you can put inside your stars or outside. And I give you 3 examples of stars, okay? Like this one, like this, or this one that fills very spaces, okay? So let's go over this. No question right now, right?
No, not for now.
Okay. Lines. We have two kind of lines here. Well, we have many types, but because I don't have all that time, I just resume into. We can add lines inside your letters in the same way that they start always in your downstroke, okay? Because it's the thick one. And add these small lines outside in your corners of your letters just to give a move effect. Or we can add just one line inside your letters, and this gives you the effect of light together with your shadow. I use here just a monoline, is this one, in my right side of the letters because it's the one that is easy for me, okay? Doing inside lines you can add in whatever direction you want. You can do like this. So let's do some example of that. I don't know if you guys have enough of this color, but I have another color here. Okay, let's, what we're gonna, oh, actually, this marker is not going. Let's see this one. Okay. So here, okay. Lines inside your letters. So I am going to, let's see if this I can, no. Okay, I don't have anything. Where is my black? Oh, here, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, inside lines. This is 0.6. It's very, very fine. And it's perfect to fill out inside your letters, okay? Like I say, it doesn't have to be just this Sakura of America, Jelly Roll, whatever you say. I have a normal pen here, okay? That is fine too. So, no excuses like, I don't have that, I need to buy it. No, you don't. I didn't know about this, but my first, the first set of markers that I have, I ruined them because I didn't have anybody tell me how to hold my pen or where I have to use it. So this one here is broken. And I broke it because I used all the wrong way.
No worries, but that makes a man perfect.
Yes.
And now you're pro at it.
So, and I spent a lot of money. That was the bad thing. So what I always recommend, buy the cheaper marker just to start. You don't have to spend all that money. So what I am doing here, I filling all the spaces. I saw with a ruler, so I don't use a ruler. And I like this imperfect way that I can find with my hand. So if you like ruler, go ahead and take the ruler. Like I said. So you can have this kind of lines inside. And it looks so cute. I like all embellishment for my letters. Even though it's some long time that I don't do it. Okay. Here I did this side. I shouldn't, but I was talking. So here you have lines inside your letters, okay? Another one that you can do is this. Okay. If you like, can you see it, right? Or, and this is a style from my friend Missy, and she liked to do this. You can see it, they are not even, okay, and this is beautiful. I like this effect. So you do your downstroke with the line, close it, and just cross your line. It's perfect. So these are lines inside your lettering, okay? Or if you like a square, go ahead and do a square. These are ideas, okay?
Perfect, guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying the session. And Dinah, so let's take a mid-roll, a quick break, and then we'll continue the session, if
Sure.
you say so, if you allow us.
Yes,
So,
yes.
well, the amazing session is going on, guys, and I hope you are liking it. So, I would like to give a quick shout out to Print Shop by Designhill for organizing this event. And I hope you guys are taking the screenshot of the session and tagging us on your Instagram stories. So let's take a quick break and then keep this interesting workshop going on. So stay tuned. We'll be back to hear and learn more from Dinah.
I've always been creative and
I've always been creative and always
young
been
girl.
an
I used to
artist.
paint rocks and I used to sell them for a quarter on the street. And I just fell in love with it. It just grew into a passion of mine. I started looking on the web and I came across Designhill, and they had a design contest to design a logo, and I entered it and I won. And I was like, oh, this is really great. I can pick and choose what type of logos or design projects I want to work on, and it allows me to be creative, keep my hands, with my tools and working. So it's kind of nice. It's really easy to use. You can scroll through the projects and there's sections that you could go by. It's really easy. There's a few clients who have come back to use the one-on-one projects. There's one client in particular, she owns a vintage shop, and I designed her logo, and she came back. She needed a design for a flyer, and she really liked the illustrations that I did for her, so she came back a couple of times with projects. I would recommend it, especially if you're a designer that's starting out and you want to learn from other designers, seasoned designers. It's a place to keep in the game and keep using your tools. It makes me feel great, and it kind of confirms that I should be doing this. And I love to see logos that I've designed out, and proud of that. And I think that the clients are so happy that their logo represents what they do and makes them look good. It's a collaboration. It's good for me, and it's definitely good for them.
So, all right, guys, we are back again with our awesome guest, Dinah. And, guys, don't forget to ask your questions in the questions tab. We are just left with half an hour more. And then don't forget to answer our polls too. So, Dinah, let's continue the session.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, okay. I am finished with these kind of lines that are inside your letters, and let's do outside. No, this is not good. Okay, here. Okay. Like the other sample, when you add lines outside of your letters, in the corners, I mean here and here and here, is if it's gonna give you a sensation of movement, okay? If you have a big composition, try to do it the same way in your corners, all the tops. So this is one way, or you can put very close to your letters, okay, like this and like this. And this is one way. You can mix them with the other, the one that we just did, but try to do the outside lines longer, so like that you don't have that problem to see, oh my god, this line go outside of the letter. No. Okay, that is an important thing. Something that you can see is different from your letter and from outside your letter. If this is one like movement, and it's perfect. You can mix it wherever you want, even with the just one line here. If I am going too fast, please let me know.
No, you are going perfectly fine.
Okay. Okay, this is another kind. You can add just one line and continue to give that move effect with your word. Okay, you can create your shadow with the same monoline marker like this without touching, well, I'm sorry, your stroke. Okay, and this one is one kind of line that you can add. Like I say, I use my right side because it's easy for me. I don't have to think too much that, okay? And this is one. And sometimes I use, actually, line just totally together with the downstroke, just your downstroke. And this is outline, okay? You see, I have to think about it. Okay, and this side. Whatever you prefer. If you like together with your downstroke, or it's just one with your downstroke, more like a move line, okay? So these are another two examples of lines. So far, so good. If is so, I can go to dots.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So like in this example, I add dots inside my downstrokes, big ones, small ones, all together, like create that, I don't remember the name, but it's like a vanish effect. Okay, and outside. So like we just saw in the other example, you can add all your embellishment inside your letters and outside your letters. Here, like I say for the stars, dots. Don't put so many dots. If you want something, I recommend you to from 3 to 5 in small groups like this, because you are going to overwhelm your composition. Okay, so let's take another marker. Okay. Okay. You can have a white pen, a black pen, a gray pen, or whatever pen you have. I have here a silver one. It's the one that is going better with your color. If you choose color, if you choose black, is easy if you put white on it. And when you use a light color, you can many times use the one dark of the one that you have. So I am going to use, this is Pentel Sparkle Pop, and it's a silver one. So no, you see, I can see it. So white or black it is. So for the white, if you wait until your marker dry in your paper, it's better. If not, your white, it's gonna turn like a pink. I don't know if you can see it because it's still like wet. So if you wait until it's totally dry, it's better. But you can have a black too. Yeah, this is better. So I just like this vanish effect that you start very, very, very full of dots here. Small point. Can you see it? It's beautiful. So I really need more time to do all the spots here. But this is the idea, okay? And if you have a lot of time, you can do it outside your word or your composition, and it looks beautiful. The same from outside. So like you start all these full of spots and going less until the top. Okay. So this is one way. I hope you can. So
yes, we can see it clearly.
Perfect. Because I think it's too much light here. Okay, the other one that you can do is just spots, dots like this. A little bigger everywhere. Or actually bigger than this. For this, I recommend you to do the outline. So if you go a little forward of your color with your outline, you don't want to see it. And that is a tip. So do your outline and fill out your dot. I used to do all this effect, believe it or not, when I was in the school.
Actually, we all do this in the subjects we don't like to study, and we're just scribbling at back of our notebooks.
Yes. Like I love to write my friend's name and fill it out inside with like I used to do the bubble letters and do all that kind of stuff inside, lines, dots, drops. So this is another way. It looks like more like. Oh, and another stuff is if you have, do you think I have too many spots? You can cover with your black pen or white or whatever are you using, okay? So this is example that you can apply inside your letters. Remember, always in the downstrokes because you have more space. A different of this, for example, we have to do a very small one, but for me it's so much work. And actually, you see, I went out. So try to use then and apply all the dots or the embellishment always in your downstrokes, the ones that are going down. Okay. Yeah, I think S is the exception because I start big here, but it's in your style, don't worry. So dots inside the letters. Let's do some dots outside the letter. And I want to give you guys example. Well, I can give you later. Purple. So what I can. Okay. Outside your lines, outside of your work, you can do a big one like this. Actually, let's do. Okay, I am going to use the round tip from the marker. And I just do in black because it's easy to see on the screen, okay? But you can use another kind, combine it with another color. I just add a little spots in my blank spaces like here. Okay. So like that, I fill my spaces, but I don't going over saturate my composition, okay? And that is the important thing. If you see your composition and you say, yes, it's good, maybe I need a little more of here or here, good. But when you start to do it like that, everywhere is you lose that harmony in your lettering. Even though these are very small dots, but when you do like a big one, like this, all together, but it's a little more overwhelming, or it looks like you drop your marker here. But it's your style, okay? That is another example. If you are going to use a color and you want to do 2 tones color, please try to use the light one for your big letters and the dark one for your embellishment. Why? Because if you use your if you use embellishment with your light color, you are not going to appreciate the embellishment because you don't see it, because this space is big for embellishment and we are trying to just close this space, the extra space that we have here. I don't know if I explain myself good, but if you are going to use 2 colors, try to use the light one for your composition and a darker one or a degradation of colors for your embellishment, okay?
Okay.
So I just want to show you how you see this. Do you see it? If you use the opposite, you are going to lose that embellishment because the light, you are adding a light color for embellishment, so it's losing in the space with the other color. Okay, so dots, we have big dots, small dots, and a very, very small dots. This is another one you can add, like I say, like a vanish from the bottom or from your side to the other side, or just add dots everywhere. Okay, so these are my, I just want to add another one with lines. I love lines. And just to finish, and I'm going to create this, the one here. Oh my, okay. Here, here. And this is another one. Ta-da! I don't know.
You have made it look so easy for us. Now I'm definitely going to try all these.
Practice, guys, practice. That is the only thing. You can practice all of them. So, so these are the three styles that I really want to show you. We have many, many, many more, but I don't know if we have a time for another. Okay, actually,
we can definitely do a part 2 for that then.
Okay, so for me, lines are the easy one, and you can add in many kinds of on your composition. Stars are great if you have time. Okay, in the same with the dots, because you require you need more time to do all that little spots over here and over there. So I don't know which one is your favorite, but I love lines.
Great.
Yes.
So, as I can see, there are no live questions there. So
Okay.
I guess because I personally had so many questions before this event, but as you gradually moved and taught us everything, and it was all clear in my mind only, and I had no questions left.
Okay. No, I just saw Dia that she's asking me to display all the examples, so you can guys have a screenshot of it.
Guys, you'll definitely get the video link via email, so you can
Okay.
get all these screenshots taken by there also. But still, we can, yeah, she is just portraying everything, and then you can just take a screenshot.
Ta-da! Yeah.
Great. So I hope you guys have taken the screenshot for now.
Yes.
So, Diana, I have a question for you. As we are just wrapping it up, so can you just give some tips or advice for the first timers to this art?
Advice for start?
Yes. Can you just switch your camera to your face so that
Yes. Yes.
we can see you?
Yes. So here. Okay. Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry, I just throw the light out. Okay, so Well, a start is never easy if you are scared about what people think about it, and especially in these years of technology and everything, don't compare yourself and just do it. Do it for you, not for what you want the other people to think about you. Okay, and this is important. What do you want for you? I do lettering because it's made me happy, for real. And I try to express myself when I do a composition or something in how is my mood that day, for example. So I don't do like, oh my God, today I'm gonna show them that I write this beautiful just because I want the people approve me. No, guys, no, don't forget about that. You have to be, what I say, sure about yourself and show what makes you happy. This made me happy. This relaxed me. This is my me time from home, school, from the kids, from husband, and everything. So everything that I show is because it's made me happy. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Don't do because I want to show myself like, oh my God, I am here. Nobody cares. Okay. So just go with that. You like calligraphy, do it. And I show all day, every day, I show all beginners. And I say when we start, me and my cousin, because we start together, and I try to show you guys how was my hand lettering 5 years ago. And it wasn't that good. Just practice, practice. Take all the information that now you have, because at that time we didn't have so much information, and try to practice and do it and experiment with all the styles until you find your own style. That is what I want.
Great, great. That was so perfect. So my last question is, what is that one common mistake you did that you want other people to know that they shouldn't do it, apart from that using wrong way of markers?
Okay. Hold back my pen, my marker. That is a very common problem, because if I have fine times to explain, if you can see, these markers are like long, right? Brush. If you use them from here, you are not going to have the same effect, your big downstroke. So I highly recommend to use your markers in far from the point of your marker, from the brush, and more like 45 degrees. So like that, you are going to perceive so giving more life to your brush. Okay, using the right paper. Please, 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 please. Don't kill your markers. So use the right paper in this case, and I totally forgot to let you know, I am using a mixed media paper. And if you don't know, because you went to one store, feel it. These have to feel smooth, okay? No like the watercolor that is more, heavy, but smooth. Use the right paper, because I used to use whatever paper I have, and all my markers gone. And how you hold your pen. That are two things that oh my God, I appreciate if I knew it before.
No
Paper.
problem, but now you are all perfect.
Yes.
So, all right, guys, this brings us to the end of this wonderful session with Diana, and this was indeed a value-packed session. Although there is a lot more that we could have learned, but unfortunately, we are limited by time here. So I hope you guys love this session because I personally did. I loved the dots. So, so once again, I would like to thank Diana for taking out the time and be the part of
You
this event.
you are so welcome. I am so honored and it's a pleasure. And like I say, I always happy to help. Please don't be afraid to send me a message. If I don't see it, it's because I am with my kids. But I love to help. And if you have any questions, just send me an email or just DM me on Instagram. That is the platform that I saw mostly all the time. And if I can help you, I will. I have so many stuff in my website that you can guys take the opportunity to practice. That is my motto. I want to help you to learn this art that is wonderful.
Great. So, guys, you can find the Instagram account link of Diana in the chat section. You can just find it out and contact her. So, now, guys, as you have already seen in the chat section, the secret coupon code has been revealed and it is PSDQ15 and it's valid till 27th of February. And for more details, you can just check our chat section and you can get the discount of 15%. So this is not where it ends, guys. We have a lot more events lined up for you in the coming days. And next event is on 3D effect lettering on iPad. So it's on 27th of February. You can just, if you're interested and if you want to register it, just go on designhill.com/events and you can find all the new events there and you can just register it. To want to see this wonderful session again, and if you want to see more of these sessions, you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link will be in the chat section. And then finally, we have also recently launched some cool design challenges, which are worth $5,000 per month. So any designer or non-designer can be a part of it, create some awesome designs using our DIY tool. It's called Designhill Studio. So just you can also find the link in the chat section. Just go ahead and be the part and participate. So on that note, I would like to say goodbye to everyone who has joined us today. So take care, guys.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.